In my previous video, we have discussed all the 12 tenses. In this video, we shall discuss the simple present tense in specific, right? The simple present tense is the most often used tense in all our speech. Around 57% of the time we use the simple present. So it is very commonly occurs in our speech, in our conversation. So let us see what this simple present tense is and how this is used. Look at the sentences. The sun rises in the east. Here we can see the verb is in simple present tense. Why is it so? Because it is a universal truth. Universal truth is something which can't be denied or argued about. It is just accepted. And another example can be plants die without water. Nobody can argue about that, is it not? So, universal truths, axioms, we call them axioms. They are said in simple present tense. She works in a bank. Here the verb is works. It is in simple present tense. A more or less permanent situation, we say it in simple present tense. She works in a bank, she got the job, and almost maybe for a decade, 2 decades, right? She works in the bank. So it's a more or less permanent situation. There is a continuous usage also, the progressive usage that is used for temporary situations. She is staying with her friend for a week. Suppose we say she is staying with her friend for a week. It is used, the progressive tense, simple present continuous is used for temporary situations. But here, this is more or less permanent. Then we use she works in a bank. And now, we all know why we are adding S to the verb, right? Because of she. She is third person. So when we have the third person, we add S to the verb. We know first, second, and third persons, right? So suppose like I am speaking. I am the first person. I am speaking to you. You will become the second person. And I am talking about X. I am talking to you about she. Suppose like that she is this she. I am first person talking to you, your second person, about her, she. She is the third person. So when I'm talking about the third person, we add S to the verb. She works in a bank. Suppose like I say I remove the yes. I work in a bank. Or even if it is third person plural, right? They, we don't add es to the verb. They work in a bank. So here only third person singular, we add s to the verb. She works in a bank. I play tennis, right? I play tennis. Every day is a habit. So habits are also said in simple present tense. They love coffee, right? They love coffee. He loves coffee. They love coffee. For a long time, till maybe at some other point of time, they may change their taste and prefer green tea. But for a long time. They love having coffee. The hero dies at the end of the film. Here also you can see it is in simple present tense. The hero again is third person. So we use it for descriptions, for narrations, when we are narrating something. Okay, we use the simple present tense. A woman travels through Europe where she sees and meets different people and finally falls in love. Travels, meets, falls. So we are describing about the journey of a woman, and all are in simple present tenses. And here the hero dies at the end of the film. It's a tragic ending. Do you like tragic endings? Sorrowful endings? I don't like. I like happy endings. Now let us see another one. If it rains, I won't come. Here, what's happening here? This is a first conditional. For first conditionals and zero conditionals, we use simple present tense. See, here there's a 50% chance of raining. Okay, there's a 50% chance. And if that 50% chance happens, if I won't come, 100% I won't come. Okay, this is a first conditional. So when we are talking about first conditionals, we use simple present tense. And there is another way of using that is called zero conditional. So what is a zero conditional? If you boil water to 100 degrees, it boils. It boils. We don't say it will boil. We say it boils. So this is called the zero conditional. This is a scientific truth. Mostly scientific truths, they are said in this way. They use the simple present. Suppose if it doesn't rain for a long time, the earth gets very dry. We don't say the earth will get very dry. The earth gets very dry because it's a scientific truth. So this is the second way of using this. Now, to talk about future also, sometimes we use simple present tense. How is that? Our train leaves at 11 or 11 o'clock. Our train leaves at 11 o'clock. If it is a part of the timetable, it is fixed, right? So timetable is fixed. As today, it's the same time. Today, it's the same time. Tomorrow again, it's the same time. So it's a part of the timetable. When it's a part of the timetable, we use simple present tense. Our school starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Right? It's a part of the timetable. So that is how. And do you like the school to start? Yes? Are you waiting for that? Okay. Right, fine. I will call you when I have time. Here also, we are talking about the future. I will call you when? When I have time. So, even if you're talking about the future, when we are using after when, or suppose after, right? See, I will make dinner after I watch the news. After I watch is simple present tense. Like that also we use. Or as soon as. She will come as soon as her babysitter arrives. Or until. I won't go until it stops raining. Until it stops raining. Stops is simple present. So when we have the future and when we are mentioning it, before that if we put when, or if the future comes after when, until, as soon as, after, we use the simple present tense. And the soup tastes great. See another way of using the simple present tense. The soup is tasting great? No, because this is called as a stative verb. Stative verbs are not performing verbs. Here, nothing is performed, right? So it's a sense. So when you're talking about senses, emotions, beliefs, we use only simple present but not continuous. So another way is, see, suppose like I like you, not I am liking you. I believe you, not I am believing you. Right? Because these are the states of the mind, emotions, beliefs. We use it like that. See, I love you. It is not I am loving you. But if you see the McDonald's, right? There is its slogan. The slogan of McDonald's is, or the caption, the tagline, McDonald's, I am loving it. That is a very informal way of using it, and they used it. They just invented that, but it is not a part of the formal grammar. Or it may be because the language changes as we use and use and use. We may accept it as a standard part of the grammar. Language is a living thing, right? It grows, it changes its form. So these are all the different ways of using the simple present tense. See you all in the next video, where we will cover some other part of grammar or some other tense. Good day, everyone.